Spider-Man Far From Home is the latest action-adventure sci-fi film from the MCU that takes place after the events of Avengers Endgame. It stars Tom Holland, Zendaya, Jake Gyllenhaal, Jon Favreau, Samuel L. Jackson, and Marisa Tomei.
If you haven't seen Avengers Endgame yet, stop watching because there's some serious spoilers about to come up.
Peter Parker, played by Tom Holland, is still reeling after the massive showdown in Avengers Endgame, which, spoiler alert, claimed the life of his mentor, Tony Stark. After the traumatic experience of Endgame, it's only natural that Peter chooses to take a break from world-ending threats, and that comes in the form of an overseas school trip along with his mates, Ned, played by Jacob Batalon, and MJ, played by Zendaya. But he's a bona fide Avenger now, knighted by Tony Stark no less. This means he has great responsibilities that he cannot escape, no matter where he is. Peril soon catches up with him when Nick Fury, played by Samuel L. Jackson, shows up and gives him his next big mission. But is Peter up to the task? Speaking of which, one of the biggest tasks this film must tackle is picking up after the MCU's world-altering Endgame. It does this by taking us into Peter's head and the frame of mind Spider-Man is in. This makes a compelling angle. Peter is struggling with who he is, a school-going teenager who really likes his classmate MJ, and who he is meant to become, Tony Stark's successor. The plot is mostly built around this conundrum, and Tom Holland brings a lot of nuance and depth to both angles. Peter's affable demeanor is now well established, but Tom Holland also makes this Spider-Man a most significant force to be reckoned with, and that's saying something. The film's plot also has to juggle between tonalities, mainly a high school romantic comedy and the guns-blazing action spectacle that audiences have come to expect from an MCU film by now. Now, I admit this gets occasionally tedious. Some jokes feel a little forced and could have easily been left out. But the film is still very engrossing and a lot of fun under Jon Watts' direction. Chalk it all up to the performances, especially with Jake Gyllenhaal's take on Quentin Beck, aka Mysterio. The character is entirely unpredictable, made more compelling by Gyllenhaal's performance. I wish I could say more, but that would be ruining it for you. The action set pieces are surprisingly innovative, especially in the second half of the film. There are some sequences here that have never been seen in a Spider-Man film before, and again, that's quite an achievement. They look like they are straight out of video games, but the effects don't ever make it feel that way. This also makes it essential to view the film in 3D, even better if it's in IMAX. As a result, this is a lot of fun, but more importantly, the film is also a satisfying continuation and way forward for the MCU. Tom Holland proves he's more than capable of carrying an Avengers film on his young shoulders. Which is why I'm going with 4 stars for Spider-Man Far From Home. It's a great Spider-Man film and essential for MCU fans, but at this point, are we even surprised by Marvel hitting it out of the park yet again? Speaking of surprises, stick around for the end credits as always. You'll be pretty shocked. I know I was. Let me know what you think about Spider-Man Far From Home, and as always, keep watching It's Entertainment, only on Mirror Now, you